So for question 4, you need to draw an angle in standard position. The angle here that's given is 135 degrees. Before we start, let's just set the borders of what each part of these axes means. So we start at 0 here, and then we're up to 90 degrees over here, 180 degrees here, and 270 degrees. And then all the way around would be 360 degrees. So these borders are going to help us determine where 135 should be drawn. As you know, 135 is between 90 and 180, so we know it's going to be somewhere over here. What can really help us to calculate is if we find, or draw it properly rather, is if we find that reference angle in here. That'll be really helpful for us. So if we estimate that this is 135 degrees right here, and we want to find that reference angle, so again it's in quadrant 2, so we can do 180 degrees minus 135 degrees, and that will bring us to 45. So we know that this reference angle in here is also going to be 45. So this is a little bit extra, not necessarily considered in the question, but what's important in this question is that you want to know what quadrant your angle is in. So we know 135 is in quadrant 2, so we know that we can draw it there. The little extra step is to be able to figure out the reference angle as well. For the second one, we know 65 degrees is going to be in quadrant 1, so I can estimate that it is about that big. Approximation, a little bigger than halfway, and I just like to write in here that it is 65 degrees. Now 320, so that's going to be in quadrant 3, so, or rather, quadrant 4. So I can draw it about there. I just want to find the reference angle just to make sure I have it in the right spot and I don't need to change the size of it at all. So because it's in quadrant 4, to find the reference angle, I would take 360 and subtract 320, and that leaves me with 40 degrees. So this angle here, my reference angle, should be about 40 degrees. Which kind of makes me feel like this line should somehow move. Should just change a little bit. So I erase that line so I can draw it just a little bit smaller. So I'd say it kind of needs to look something like that. And then I know that the angle all the way around from 0 is 320 degrees. And my little reference angle in here is 40 degrees.